Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 74 of Europa Universalis IV as France. We are currently involved in this little war against Austria and most of their HRE, which is a war I started to take Metz. Things could have gone a little bit better for us if I'd have realised early on that Brandenburg hadn't jumped in like they said they were going to and actually called them to arms a little bit earlier, because that way they would have been able to provide a little bit more assistance. The Commonwealth is still my ally, but at the moment they won't actually get involved in this war. I just had a look why, and the main reason for it is they appear to have a friendly attitude towards our enemies, which is going to be a little bit of a problem. They like Austria, or at least they like somebody, so they're not going to do that. But what I didn't realise until I just looked at the list of enemies is Russia is actually involved. So if we just go into the diplomatic map mode and zoom right out, you can see that all of this red, we have the whole of Russia against us. I don't really think they can get to us. They'd have to march through the Commonwealth. I can't see any Russian units at all. So, well, there's a stack there, but I don't think they're going to head over here. We should be okay. I think we're going to be safe from the Russians. Obviously, we are at war with Great Britain as well, but that's not too much of a problem because we do have units over here. As soon as we've done a little bit of sieging up here and cleared a few of the things up, I'm going to move these guys over, well, move the 20 stack over, and we'll be using them over here. Obviously, I want to try and avoid... I'm just going to pause the game. I do want to try and avoid trying to carpet siege at the moment. That's going to be a very difficult thing to do because there are a lot of hostile troops around. We need to try and win as many of these fights as we can. So I am going to move a lot of these guys all together. Try and keep them in my territory as much as possible, because doing so will mean less attrition. Of course, we do want to also try and siege out Metz as well. Does look like they've got an army. Well, it was trying to move in on us there for a second or two, but changed its mind. Looks like it's going north. It might be trying to attack that Brandenburgian army. If they do, that's fine. We can dive in on them. I'd like to get some of my morale back if possible. So we'll certainly consider doing that. They may be going up here for these troops there. So we are going to have to be very careful on what they are doing. Brandenburg are also moving some units in anyway, so it's not too much of a problem. But I definitely need to... They are going to try and go in on Frankfurt, aren't they? I've got the feeling that's what's going to happen. Let's force march these guys. I really don't want to force march them because some of them are a little bit weak. I'd like them to try and recover if possible, but I just don't think that's going to happen. In fact, let's march them in here. And if you decide you're going to try and drop in... Yeah, I know for a fact you're going to try and drop in there. Right, we're going to have to do it. Force march on. And let's get moving in. They're going to go straight in. Not sure whether or not this stack's going to survive long enough. There is a fight going on there. The main stack hasn't arrived yet. Right, we've got 32 against 3. That's not going to last an awfully long time. Maybe Brandenburg will throw down. I'm throwing in a lot of men, but that's a lot of men with less than ideal morale. Now, Austria do have the crossing penalty there, which is good for us. And we've now managed to annex Munster, which is fine. Just one thing I will do quickly is just pause and have a quick look over here, just see what's going on. Because we do see we've got the British troops trying to unsiege a few places. But we're still doing some sieges of our own, and I think generally we are going to be fine. You guys can probably go up there. I'm guessing these were all troops that belonged to Munster at some point. So they can probably all merge up together. They're all going to be ours now. Probably puts us over our force limit. Tech-wise, we could get the next level of admin tech still. We are ahead of time, so I don't really want to do that right now. We are going to need some points for coring. And... let's not take the penalty for being ahead of time. So we'll wait for that. We are doing more damage to them. We do have the higher discipline. We do have a higher base morale. We have higher tactics. So we should be able to win that fight with relative ease. But we definitely need to try and let our troops sort of heal up a little bit. Brandenburg are throwing a few more units into the mix. I think we should win that battle, actually, with relative ease. Yep, there we go. So there's another battle won. So what we will do is we will take the... let's select the army. Of course, we want the bigger army. Let's select them. Do we need the forced march on? Probably not. I think we might want to go and try and... well, do we really want to try and stack wipe this Austrian army here? It could be a little bit risky because we can see we've got a 20 stack coming in from this direction. And Austria could go back an awfully long way. We've got Portugal there getting involved in a battle. I'm not too sure how well they are going to do. So I'm just going to run around here with this stack and try and just screw up as many of the little stacks as possible. Because the more we can weaken the enemy army, the easier it's going to be later on. We still need to keep our eye on a few things. One, obviously, we need to keep our eye on Great Britain. Make sure we can see what's happening there. As soon as we've started capturing some of these places, bring some of the stacks back. I don't really want to break that siege, so I won't. But you can certainly go over there, hopefully, and destroy those guys. Another thing we also need to keep our eye on, which is very important. Why are we oh, we don't have the war goal. That's why we're losing war score there. We need to keep our eye on our vassals, particularly Nouvelle Flandre, because some of these are getting very high autonomy. French Canada is 47% liberty desire at the moment, which isn't good. Let's decrease their tariffs. That will help a little bit. I don't mind decreasing tariffs. We'll get less money from them. I don't want to have to fight a war with my colonial nations at the same time, because that's just going to be bad all around. So I'm just going to keep these little stacks of units around here sieging. In fact, let's just go and break off. Let's break off one of the mercs actually. And you can go and join up here. That should be enough for us to then siege that province out. And we'll continue to use this guy just to go around and destroy some of these stacks as and when we can. Looks like Portugal actually got defeated. There was a big stack over there. I didn't see who it belonged to, but Portugal did lose against it, which didn't help matters much. Right, we've run the siege of London. I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye on the Commonwealth and see if at any points... It still doesn't look like Russia's moving any of their troops in. It would be really nice if the Commonwealth would call to arms, but they simply will not do it, which is a real shame. But we've won the siege of... I'm sure it said we won the siege of London. That's because we don't have a claim there, isn't it? We can't see it. Yeah, we've got the siege of London. So, I think you guys can just go in here and attack. You should be able to win. Yes, they do have a leader. Quite a good one as well, but we do have double the numbers. So we should be okay. We're going to try and take those guys out. We should be fine. Yeah, we should win that battle quite easily. And then we'll be able to bring our guys back. What I should be doing, really, is using these heavies to blockade, but... We'll worry about that at a later time. We should win that battle up there. We'll keep our eye on that one. What have we got going on down here now? I've got to be careful because there are quite a few big stacks roaming around over here. Brandenburg have got a big stack down here. Looks like Brandenburg are going in from the other direction. Brandenburg might even win that one on their own at this rate. It is in the mountains, which is not a great place to attack. But with Brandenburg's numbers and my numbers, it should be enough to win that fight. Just got to keep my eye up here just to make sure that they don't try and slip any units in around the back, because that could be bad for us. So we'll go in here and hopefully win this fight. Won another siege. They're taking massive losses over there. Let's just go back once again and have a look at things in Britain. So let's go ahead and grab some of these provinces that we've got claims on and stuff like that. You're going to go over there and just finish those guys off. Colony has become self-sustaining. Excellent. So now we can start moving down to here. So no colonists to send. Thought it just said that a colony had... Yeah, there we go. So we'll send you, and you can go and move into that province there. We could start moving over this way, but we'll get there eventually. We will get to the coast. Going to want to bring these guys back soon, so I'm going to take these heavies and I'm going to go and dock them in Essex. We'll have a few more troops over on the mainland. You has entered into a military coalition with Great Britain. I don't think that's going to be a massive problem. Now, we've won that battle. Do we want to come down here and try and take out the Milanese army? We probably do. And then we'll go back up and try and get Austria. So what I'm just trying to do at the moment, more than anything, is just wipe out some small stacks where we get the opportunity to. Are you still going in? No, you changed your mind. Now we could try and do a split move here. Brandenburg are putting some units in. I could forced march, we'd probably catch them. I think Portugal are actually going to catch them here. Let's just have another little look up top, make sure that we're... there are some guys heading towards us up the top, actually, which I'm not terribly fond of. Portugal have got that covered. So you guys are going to make your way back up here in case these guys try and get in. And they're definitely going to try and get involved. So we are going to cancel that move. Select our army. Forced march, and then we're going to get over here quickly. Don't really like forced marching if I can avoid it, because the big problem with forced march is that it does really slow down the speed at which you recover morale, and obviously these guys weren't at full morale to begin with. But I do want to try and make sure that we can get in there. They haven't actually attacked. Maybe they're waiting for reinforcements. That is quite possible. I do want to try and siege out Frankfurt if possible. And obviously we've got Brandenburg here sieging a little bit for us as well. Brandenburg and Portugal are all down here at the bottom, so I think they're going to do a relatively good job. There's a very big stack here. Saxony, Bohemia, Augsburg, Austria. Austria look like they're still in their war with Hungary, which is fine, although they've got them completely blanket siege. So Austria are going to get quite a lot of troops over at some point, and they are heading this way, which isn't good. So we've won this battle here. Let's get all of these guys onto the transport. And then we'll get the transport over here and drop them off in Calais. You guys go down there, take those guys out and siege out Lincoln. You may as well. You guys can just go around and do some stack wiping, I think. Not too sure why you're standing over there. You should be safe to get over here, so... let's try and do that. We still have some money in the bank. We still have plenty of manpower. So I'm not overly concerned by things apart from that rather large Austrian stack that is about to arrive on our doorstep. Now we should hopefully win this battle before they arrive. That being said, that's looking less and less likely. Let's just stop you guys again. Force march and get in there. Hopefully Brandenburg will reinforce. I'm also going to allow... can we select the army directly? I don't think we can. Attach to this unit. Hopefully Brandenburg will attach. Right, okay, it's almost even numbers now. Now it's actually superior numbers in the enemy's favour. I was really hoping Brandenburg would come and throw down here, but they don't appear to be. Ah, there we go. Brandenburg's main army is coming in. I'm not sure that they're going to get there on time, though, which is my only concern. We've got this extra stack here. Let's start bringing them to the front. And we can put our heavies back out to sea and go over here and do a little bit of blockading. Are we going to lose this battle? Probably. We got a good roll there, which is going to buy us a... couple more days. But we really need Brandenburg to get in. They're not forced marching. Part of it makes me think that they don't want to get here in time. But if Brandenburg can throw their men in, we might just win, actually. Yep, there we go. Brandenburg have arrived. That will be enough to win that battle. There we go. So there's another battle won. So let's take all of these guys that are here. Let's turn the forced march off because we don't want to, you know, we want our manpower to be able to recover. I'm also just going to move in on those guys there. Because they were about to attack. They're actually forced marching out now. So you guys may as well just stay there for now. We'll turn your force march off as well. We won't have force march on where we don't need it. Got this 20 stack, so you can move in. And let's go and start sieging out some more Austrian provinces. Siege of Frankfurt is over. Brilliant, we've finally got it. Let's go and move you in on that stack. Frankfurt want to make a peace offer. We're going to decline that straight away. We are going to try and... we'll try and piece them out individually. And make sure we can get what we want. So what we basically want is full annexation, which they have to agree to, because we've got 100% siege on them. Is Aachen involved in the war here? No, they're not. Okay, so we can't take Aachen. But at least we've got Frankfurt off the map now. So that's one less enemy that we need to worry about. Our conquistador has died, so we can get a new leader. We've got these guys up here. There's no leader. Let's group them together. Let's go ahead, hire a new leader. Do we need a new conquistador? Probably, but I think at the moment a general would be better. So let's go ahead and grab a general. We've got a brilliant one as well. Fantastic. So that's a nice little stack there. I think you can actually go and merge up with that army. And then we'll have two relatively decent-sized armies that should be able to reinforce relatively quickly. There's a fairly big stack down there, but it looks like Portugal are holding their own in the mountains, and they are reinforcing as well. So Austria's going to try and rally, but I think we'll be okay. I'm not too sure what Portugal's doing up there. Is that the same war that we're already involved in? Yep, it's only that war. So Portugal are helping out. Obviously, we've got to be careful here because we do have a few British units that are trying to reinforce. Not particularly greatly, but we can go ahead and wipe some of these guys out. We should be okay. That shouldn't be a crossing there. It should be fine. So we will try and separate piece out England as well as soon as we can. Take as much stuff from them as possible. And then we can bring a few more people back. Right, you've got a really good general. You're going to group up. And we'll start sieging out Würzburg's capital. Maybe we can actually get them out of the war completely. Looks like Brandenburg are going to go around and do a little bit of stomping against Bohemia up there. French Louisiana gains 5% liberty desire. Well, that's not good. What are they up to now? Still only 32. We can handle that. So it's just basically scanning around the map just to make sure that, you know, none of these big stacks sort of get behind us and do us a lot of damage when we weren't expecting it. That's the big problem. Of course, we are still trying to siege out the war goal. That is taking a little bit of time. Don't want to grab the war goal too early, of course, because the problem with grabbing the war goal too early is you end up with the call for peace. So it looks like these guys might be coming in to try and reinforce this battle over here. We do have the penalty, but now we're defending. So if they come in here, those guys are going to get the penalty. We should be okay. And we've got plenty more men around that we can use to go and reinforce if possible. I don't really want to break any of these sieges. Where do we have claims on? Derby, Lincoln, Lancashire, and Gloucestershire. So we really need to siege out these. Do we not have a claim on Norfolk? Really? Don't have a claim on Norfolk. But at the very least, well, we definitely want to take London. That's our priority here, taking London before anything else. So as soon as we can take London... Do I want to take anything else from them? Gloucestershire might be nice. I do have a claim on it. What's my current mission? I've forgotten. Is to actually take Lancashire, which is this one here. So we want to take Lancashire and we want to take London. And then we can complete our mission. Okay. So that's fair enough. Let's go back to the main battle. Obviously, the units are moving because... Well, if you've got this game paused and there's units moved off screen and then you pause the game, when you move back, you will actually see the units moving around. So nothing was moving while it was paused. Big Milanese stack moving around there. I don't think they're going to try and jump on me. And I do have this rather large stack over here as well, which seems to be almost fully reinforced now. We could go over there and try and cause a little bit of trouble. There are some units moving in around here. Don't think it's too much of a problem. Okay, looks like we've got a big fight going down here. You guys need to stop your move. It's this stack, isn't it? You want to force march on, and you want to try and get in here if you can. Brandenburg might win this fight. We're not going to get there very quickly, which is the problem. Brandenburg might actually win this battle, though, and then the Milanese... No, the Milanese guys have thrown in their army. If Brandenburg can just hold out, we're not all that far away. 26th of September, we'll arrive in Nadebayan. Come on, Brandenburg, you're so close. We've got full morale. Portugal are coming in as well. 2nd of October. Brandenburg may lose this one. 30th of September, 1st of October. No, Portugal have arrived in time. We have arrived in time. This is going to be a massive stomp here. So that should be a win for our guys. Still trying to siege out Metz, which is the war goal. We do, of course, because we have loads of admin points and we don't want to go over... we do want to make sure that we core anywhere that we can core. So let's get the cores going. So this should be a battle for us won. Another one. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to stack wipe them. Now, a lot of them have split. I'm almost tempted to say, let's just go and sit in Vienna and try and siege Vienna out. Is that a healthy stack there? That looks like a healthy stack, which is a little bit annoying. Recall diplomat from Brandenburg. No, it was just one healthy unit with a half-dead stack. That's fine. Won the Siege of Lancashire. 50 admin power. Do I want to try and jump these guys? I think I do. They're still white flagged. I'm not sure where they're going to go. But we might be able to actually chase them down here, which would be excellent for us if we can. Of course, we did win that little battle over here. We've got Lancashire. Let's go and siege Gloucestershire anyway. What's going on up north? We did actually win that battle. So let's move down. Go and sit over in the woods. And we shall have to put a cut in this video soon, but I just want to try and see if we can stack wipe this group first. So it looks like they're going up to Cologne. You're going to try and unsiege, but you won't get very far. Yep, that's where you're going to stop. We should be able to win that fight, I think. It's almost even numbers, but they've got next to no morale. We do have the better leader. If their morale breaks quick enough, it'll be a stack wipe. They can't flee. They can't retreat till the 7th of December. So providing we can win that battle before the 7th of December... It's currently the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. Come on, you've got no morale left. There we go. Nah, a little bit strange that that wasn't a stack wipe. Well, let's move back down here. Is anything threatening the army over here in Vienna? No, not really. There is quite a big stack down here at the bottom. Not terribly bothered about that. If these Austrians come all the way back over here to the other side, then we can try and jump on them then with the guys that are sieging Vienna. So that could be quite useful. They've actually engaged there, which is a little bit cheeky. And in fact, it's so cheeky, we're actually going to force march our way into there. And give them a good kicking, I believe is the terminology. We might get there in time. Looks like Brandenburg are coming in as well. Still no actions from the Russians. They don't appear to be doing anything. Although Brandenburg does have their ships blockaded, which is quite nice. So maybe the Russians are thinking twice about that. Maybe Brandenburg will dive in and clear up that stack. And they are coming all the way over here, which is very nice. So we'll just wait for this to resolve before we do anything else. Let's just detach these guys. Try and work out where they're heading to. See if we can head them off. Now, they're still white flagged. Obviously, this has reset some of the siege on Vienna, but that's fine. Still white flagged. I'll wait until these guys have gotten into here. We'll stop their movement and we'll just put forced march on. They're at full morale, so we don't have to worry about morale recovery. Not too sure what that sound effect was all about. But that will actually allow us to... will give us a better chance of catching up with them. So let's go ahead and do that. So we should win that battle quite easily. Again, we'll just have a little look around here and just make sure... Oh, that could turn a little bit nasty. But we might win. We did actually stack wipe them. That is fantastic. Let's... we don't need the forced march on anymore. In fact, we can't actually move them yet. So forced march can go off. You're going to move over there. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to lose this little... Oh, I don't know. We do have the better general. We are getting slightly better rolls. If we had just the tiniest little bit of reinforcement, we could possibly win. Brandenburg are close by. I think it's all going to come down to the rolls here. If we can just hold out for another couple of days, 3 days to be precise. There we go. Brandenburg have thrown down. We are in and we are safe. We've also got Metz. So let's go ahead and siege another province. In fact, we're going to need to come back and try and wipe some of these guys out. That's probably something for the next video. So what I'm going to do now is just make sure that we can go and attack these guys, but that will be dealt with next time. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Europa Universalis IV, and I'll see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.